Greetings, my beautifuls. Hey, how are you doing this evening? I just wanted to come on today and just really talk to my beautifuls, my ladies today. And I just wanted to pose the question to us: Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? And what I mean by that, many women that I have come in contact with, and even some of my life experiences, you know, in relationship and really desiring, to be in love and to find someone that truly loves us for ourselves. I've found that a lot of women are in a position of desperation, and that doesn't mean that you have to be downtrodden or whatnot. But if you look a little deeper, it says a lot, because a lot of women are so ready for love, because honestly, women are built for love. And so women have a heart that's always longing for love. There's a certain group of women that can care less, but for the most part, we're talking about, what's common. Women are looking for love and they're built for love. And so I find a lot of women that are they're despondent, they're just so you know, distraught about not being in the position they want to be in and having the relationship that they desire to have. And what I know that I've come to understand in my own personal journey, you know, um, waiting for love, is that we have to start with ourselves. We have to start with ourselves, ladies. We have to we have to start operating in self-love. And what that looks like is, when you actually love yourself, you will actually start developing a standard for your life. Meaning, you know, if a man doesn't present himself, in a manner that is conducive with the standards that you already have set for your life. There's a very big difference between standards and preferences. Preferences is okay. Hey, I like him. I want him to be tall. I want him to be 6 foot. You may want him to be of athletic build, or not. That falls along the line of preference. But standards is really, honestly, you understanding that first you should want a man of integrity. Meaning a man, when he says what he says, if nothing on this earth happens to prevent him from doing what he said he would do, this man is always going to follow through, because that's his character. It actually has nothing to do with you. It's a decision that he made for his life. And so a lot of us women, because we so desire to be loved, sometimes we actually compromise our standards, or we'll get so flustered about being in love that we'll actually throw a lot of these things out the door. When you meet a man, whether or not he keeps his word, whether or not there's some things that looks a little iffy in his movement. And honestly, I would just say that, ladies, let's just not even think about men until we get ourselves together. Let's work on ourselves. my one of my mentors, Tony Gaskins Jr. And I actually been following him for a number of years now on my journey. And the things that I've learned, that really honestly, it doesn't even matter who a man is, meaning a particular man that, approaches you. It doesn't even matter. Ultimately, what matters and what it boils down to is what you desire for your life. What are the standards that you have for your life? Let's say if he's a guy that he's a drinker or a smoker, you would have beforehand made a decision on whether or not you want that type of man in your own personal life. Because you know what a lot of people don't realize is that whatever you accept becomes your reality. So let's say there's a couple things you may see about this man that, it make you scratch your head a bit. And you just say, well, maybe he'll change. Maybe he'll change. But guess what? Maybe he won't change. Maybe he won't change. So that is why we have to have standards for our lives on what we actually desire in our lives. Like, I've never been a woman that wanted a man that, I guess had, street mentality, meaning, he doesn't really mind compromising on how he earns his living, whether that means, fraud, bank fraud, or on the streets actually conducting themselves in street pharmaceuticals and or whatever that is, that's not conducive with the desire that I have for my life. Because if you go and accept and settle for a man that's the decision that he made for his life, guess what? That's the decision that you made for your life. That is also your reality. And then as far as when we check the box on integrity, he believes in, getting his money the right way, shall we say, right? Now we have to look very closely at the way this man shows up in the world, the way that he speaks, the way that his thought process, some of his dreams and aspirations, some of his ideas about the masculine essence and versus the feminine essence. Basically, really just taking a moment, slowing down, and really just having a conversation relationship with, different possible suitors. Because honestly, women, we are failing miserably in the relationship space because we're too anxious, we're too desperate for love that we actually put the cart before the horse. We want the man, we want the masculinity. You know what I'm saying? You may want the attention and the affection of a man, but you haven't looked at, his character. You haven't looked at his ideas about life. The principles that he lived by. Whether or not this is a man that loves God or has any inkling of spirituality. All of these things are going to impact the way that he shows up tremendously, because that is the core of who he is. But if we just slow down a minute and we don't put so much emphasis on relationship and we really focus on ourselves, there's a concept that my mentor Tony Gaskins actually, talks about all the time. He talks about the 3 B's. And the 3 B's being nothing more than you working on your brain, which is getting new information, reading, listening to videos. I really recommend his channel because honestly, he is a man on a mission that has taken up a mantle that he's going to really give women the business about how men really think and how men really move. And that is grossly what's wrong in our relationships and in our community, because women have no clue how many men really are. How men really are. We have no clue. We think that men think like we think. We think that men move like we move. Absolutely not. Because a man is built differently. And there's a phrase that I always use. I said that a man and a woman are the same in essence, but we are very different in our functionality. Women are built for certain things and men are built for certain things. Women are nurturers many times. And we could say a nurturer, a builder. A woman would pour into her significant other. She would pour into her children and build her children up. And then a man, he's usually wired to actually protect, provide, and profess. When a man has made his mind up, that is what he's going to do. So guess what? If he made his mind up that he don't want to be locked down, he's not going to be locked down. Because true enough, women are influential, but men are powerful. Men are powerful as in they do what they want to do. And so I think the problem is that women don't understand that about men. They do not understand that men are going to do what they're going to do. And it's okay. The blessing is to know when God will reveal to you and show you the man that you have in front of you. That's ultimately all you need to know. When that man shows you who he is, you have a decision to make. You have a decision to make. And it's nothing more than you recognizing that this the type of man you got on your hands, or this the type of man you got on your hands. You see? And there's only two types of men. You got what my mentor always says, you got a grown boy or a grown man. And basically what that means, it can be a vast range of that grown boy, but a grown man, 9 times out of 10, many of them think the same. They see it one way, that they're going to lead, and that, you can actually trust their leadership. You can trust the decisions and the choices that they will make for their lives, that they're not making decisions in haste and being very reckless in their decision making and the way that they move. And honestly, that says a man that really truly knows who he is and he loves himself. Because a lot of men that are insecure, a lot of that times that shows up with a man that's not quite, sold on what he wants in life. And that may look like, he's dealing with multiple women. Because if you really honestly look at it, women outnumber men. So what that says is that a lot of men have options. Now we're not necessarily talking about the quality of their options, but a lot of men have options, and that is just a fact of matter. They have options. And so guess what? If you are the woman that actually, has his key, when he comes in contact with you and you're living a certain way and you have a certain standard for your life, and a lot of times you're not going to just allow a man to treat you any kind of way and do anything. If that man recognizes who you are, he's gonna make some allowances for that, if he truly wants you. See, that's the thing. A lot of women don't understand that a lot of men that you entertaining don't really want you. They're actually just they're just passing time. Like if you with a man and he's not showing any sign that he desires to be married anytime soon. Let's say he's been stringing you along more than 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, some women 7 years, some women 10 years. Guess what? This man does not want to marry you. I'm sorry. He does not desire to marry you. What he's doing is he's going to entertain a woman. He's gonna desire that energy, from a woman, that feminine essence. So guess what? He's gonna pass that time with you. He's gonna pass that time, and then if he bump into the woman that gets his attention, bye-bye. Just like that. It happens all the time. And so many women are so broken out here because they do not recognize how men really move and think. And so I just wanted to come on today and just kind of share just a tidbit with my beautifuls and just say, let's just slow down. Let's take a moment and let's focus on us. Because when you focus on you, you're gonna elevate. And when you elevate, you're gonna attract men at this new elevation. And don't forget, men are like buses. There's always another one coming. There's always another man gonna show up. But the key is the man that you let get your attention. The man that you settle down with. That's the key. And ultimately that responsibility falls on us. A lot of times we bump into a man that's not necessarily, good for us. And now we're a victim. We're a victim. But no, you didn't do your due diligence, and you did not take the necessary time to develop this communication relationship with this man. And you got to the animal attraction. What boys and girls do, You went and did that. So you put the cart before the horse, and when it doesn't work out, my beautifuls, we really lose. Women really lose. They really lose. And so I just want to encourage, each other. We can do better, but we have to get our focus right. And the focus is you. The focus is you. And so, hey, I'm having so much fun, sharing, with you all, and just really being, open and honest and transparent. Because, hey, I've had myself a journey also. But what I do know now is that it doesn't matter who a man is. It matters who I am. The standard that I have for my life. What I will and I won't accept for my life. So, hey, you guys, Happy New Year again. Hey, 2022, a new you in 2022. So let's look forward to our new beginning. And of course, a new mindset and new habits in this new year so that we can get the results that we want in 2022. Until next time, peace. See you soon.